Hello, I'm m.ward.
Hi, I'm Mike.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah.
Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Scott McCoy. I play bass with m.ward.
I got Black Star, I think it was the week that he died, and I really loved it. And we all actually listened to it in the car.
About 4 times.
On a drive to Seattle,
Yeah.
and we really loved it.
That was amazing.
I've only heard like 2 songs from this, but I really like it. This is David Bowie, The Next Day.
There's one song, I have to remember what the title is, but it's impossible to figure out what time signature it's in.
American and a fantastic sensation. From nowhere to nothing, and I go way back.
Well, let's see, this is the first one that came out. It says the Basement Tapes Raw. I don't know how much raw the Basement Tapes can get, but I'm gonna find out. I've heard probably half at least of the bootleg series. Some of them are live, so that sounds, I'm not a big fan of live records, but the first one's great, you know, the box set one, the first one that came out, that's fantastic. The other ones have been pretty good, but I'm really interested in this one. So I like the Basement Tapes, so we'll find out.
And I turn my head back to the room where my love and I have laid.
Well, since you don't like live records, I'm gonna pull out a live record. Neil Young at Massey Hall in 1971, and this is a record I've only heard it one time, and I see it in record stores all the time, but it's one of those high dollar items that I've never pulled the trigger on. So today was the day. His acoustic guitar playing on it was really, really amazing. Like, he was doing lots of things that I've never heard him do. And a lot of the songs that he's playing on here are his classics, but they're really new at that time. So it feels really fresh and cool. And I'm excited to dig into it deeper because I've only heard it once.
It's really good.
Hello, woman of my dreams.
This is a new Bill Fay record that I didn't even know existed. He's a guy who put out a couple records in the early 70s that sank without a trace, and then, like many people from that era, has been rediscovered now. Jeff Tweedy turned me on to him when we were making the Down with Wilco record together. He said, "You gotta hear this guy, Bill Fay," and been a huge fan since then. And he's sort of in frail health, but he made a record a few years ago. It was really great, and he hadn't done any recording for about 30 or 40 years. And so this is a new one that I haven't heard, so I'm excited. It's called Who Is the Sender? And hopefully I will know after listening to the record.
I'd really like to know.
Portland has a Dolly Parton tribute every year, and my friend and I have done it every year, and we call ourselves the Dolly Partners. I just have like the greatest hits, so we've done the same song like a few years. So anyways, I got 2 albums that I don't think I know any of the songs on them, so it'll get me new ideas for the show in June.
In the meantime, in between time, let us make time to make it right.
This guy, Jake Ray up there, is a big Blaze Foley fan, and I just keep hearing a lot of people talk about Blaze Foley. I've never heard him, so it's new to me, so I just wanted to check it out. Blaze Foley, 1975 through 78. I saw they had it on vinyl, too. I went with the CD because it's half the price.
Make laws, you own the land, you hold them down where you can stand. One of these days you'll get yours aplenty.
The main things I wanted to get were these records by Miriam Linna. She's the drummer in this band, the A-Bones from New York, that have been around for a long time. They're kind of a rockabilly garage kind of thing. She's made a couple solo records recently. One of your kind employees went and found a couple of the 45s by her, so I got a couple of singles by her. I'm really excited. I'm sure it's very retro 60s kind of stuff, which I love girl bands from the 60s. So yeah, I think I'll be pretty happy with it. Miriam Linna.
I really like the music in the movie The Revenant, so I got that one. Ryuichi Sakamoto.
I can't name movies, but I know he's done some going back to the 80s. That's probably the most famous movie I'm sure that he's probably done.
Yeah, it was great.
This is a Lee Hazlewood record. It's a compilation of a bunch of songs that he did between 1968 and 71, which is apparently his golden years. I don't really know much about it, but I love Lee Hazlewood, and there was a whole bunch in the series. I chose this one for two reasons. One, it's a double vinyl.
Is that a sticker over that shirt?
I think so. I'm very curious to see what happens when I take off the cellophane
like you
under this strip. But that is a pretty classic cover.
Pretty classic cover.
So I'll open it in my own privacy.
And every night I sit and listen while my mind runs. I see her face, I hear her voice, and nearly come undone.
I just saw Hamilton in New York, the musical. So I already know every word to that show. I've been listening to it for months and months. But this is Lin-Manuel Miranda's musical before that, which I've seen once, but I don't have it fully memorized. So now I can work on that.
$1, $2, $1.50, $1.69. I got it. You want a box of condoms? What kind? That's 2 quarters, 2 quarter waters. The New York Times, you need a bag for that. The taxes at it. Once you get some practice at it.
I got a Jaco Pastorius, his first record. I'm going through a Jaco phase, as everyone does. He's very unique, very unique. That's all I can say. He just does things that are impossible.
The similarities between me and him is probably what attracted you to
Scott's playing reminds me of Jaco.
I am the opposite.
So I got this so that Scott and I could have something to talk about, because I know this is his language.
It kind of hit your Sammi Smith section pretty hard, which was probably fortunate for y'all because they're all $1.99 because nobody wants them. Sunshine, the rainbow in Daddy's eyes, something old, something new, something blue. She's a great country singer. She's got a really amazing voice, unheralded.
Holding on to talking, saying nothing, knowing in a moment I could lose you.
I saw Valerie June at Pickathon in Portland. She was amazing, and just really simple guitar and then a lot of soul in her voice and beautiful songs. And yeah, so I needed to get this.
Wanna be on your mind, stay there all the time. You can't call my name.
This is not the Elvis record I was looking for, but someone grabbed it for me. He has a guitar player named James Burton that I really like, and I'm getting to learn some of James Burton's playing, and he played a lot with Elvis.
And no matter who he's playing behind, they usually take a back seat when James begins to jam.
So I'm gonna listen to this. Great guitar player.
All right, this is my last record. This is one I've never seen before, and I just had to buy it because of the cover. It is called Redneck Mothers. It's some classic 70s action going on. But it's got a great cast. Willie Nelson, Bobby Bare, Gary Stewart, Steve Young, a bunch of other people. And then there's even another cool photo on the back with the stereotypical waitress.
Those don't look like they'd be good shoes to take.
That's true, yeah. Good catch.
Not authentic.
Not authentic.
Feeling the amber current flowing from my mind, and leaving heart she left so cold.
The Dead Kennedys record that was missing from my collection. I have Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables, but I listen to that a lot. They've been sounding good to me again lately, so you know how things go around and come around.
Faster, faster in my car.
Oh, I got one more. 5, 6, 7, 8, Japanese all-girl garage band. This is them live at Third Man Records. They used to play with my band, the Young Fresh Fellows. When we would go to Japan, they would open for us in the early 90s, and they're awesome. They got kind of known because Quentin Tarantino used some of their music in, I think, in Kill Bill. The bass player's name is Salad. Making them even cooler than you could have possibly imagined.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amoeba.
Yeah.
Helicopter roll.
from Conejo Valley.